From Jolene to an unexpected scene on the streets of New York City, Dolly Parton's life has been filled with surprising twists. Today, we're detailing a rather remarkable incident from the country icon's past. Join us as we celebrate Dolly's talent, her ability to handle tough situations with grace, and the enduring impact she's had on music and fashion. Mistaken identity in New York City.
So we checked in this hotel, and they thought we were hookers. So we went out looking around in the city, and we come back to our room, and they had our luggage out in the hall, and they had us locked out because they thought we were turning tricks.
In the late 60s or early 70s, when Dolly was just starting to make a name for herself in country music, she and her friend Judy Lane decided to take a trip to New York City. As small-town girls from Tennessee, they were excited to experience the Big Apple for the first time. But their adventure took an unexpected turn that would later become one of Dolly's most memorable stories. Upon arriving in New York, Dolly and Judy checked into a hotel, sharing a room to save money. At this point, Dolly wasn't yet the iconic figure we know today, but her unique style was already developing. As she described to Conan O'Brien in a 2005 interview, "I looked cheaper than I even do now, and Judy didn't look any better." Little did they know their appearance would lead to a major misunderstanding. After spending some time exploring the city, the pair returned to their hotel only to find themselves locked out of their room. The hotel management had jumped to conclusions about their intentions. Quote, "We went out looking around the city and we came back to our room and they had our luggage out in the hall and they had locked us out because they thought we were turning tricks up there." Suddenly homeless in an unfamiliar city, Dolly and Judy found themselves in a precarious situation. They decided to walk the streets while waiting for their departure time, unaware that their appearance and behavior might be misinterpreted once again. The gun incident.
I was a country girl from the mountains. I had a gun in my purse.
What?
And so
Wait a minute, I love how you just throw that in there. Well, of course I had a gun.
Well, we came to New York. That was back then, and
Sure.
country girl's not going to.
So you had a gun in your purse?
I had a gun in my purse, and this guy wouldn't leave me alone because he was just sure I was playing hard to get and that I was really after it.
Right.
As Dolly and Judy wandered the streets of New York, they unknowingly put themselves in a potentially dangerous situation. What they didn't realize was at the time, prostitutes in the city often worked in pairs for safety reasons. Their presence on the street, combined with Dolly's flamboyant style, led to another case of mistaken identity. Dolly recounted the incident to Larry Grobel in a candid interview. Quote, "All of a sudden, these men started approaching us on the street. They thought we were up for sale. You can imagine how ridiculous I looked. I would look like a streetwalker if you didn't know this was just an image. I would look like a total whore, I suppose." One man in particular became aggressive, refusing to leave Dolly alone despite her protests. As the situation escalated, Dolly revealed a surprising fact about herself. Quote, "At that time, I was a country girl from the mountains. I had a gun in my purse, and this guy wouldn't leave me alone because he was just sure that I was playing hard to get and that I was really after it." Faced with a threatening situation, Dolly took matters into her own hands. Quote, "I didn't know how to get him off me, so I just pulled my gun out and said, 'If you touch me one more time, I'm going to shoot you.'" The bold move effectively ended the confrontation, but it left a lasting impression on Dolly. The incident even inspired a line in her hit movie 9 to 5, where she threatens to turn you from a rooster to a hen with one shot. Dolly's iconic style.
I patterned my look after the town trollop in our town. I guess that's what you call them. Well,
Me too. I mean, that's what I did. Did you really?
Yes, and I thought she was the most beautiful thing. She had all this makeup and hair and all the tight clothes and everything I wanted, so it impressed me. So I thought, well, why not play the painted lady, that I patterned my look after? So I did her in the movie.
Dolly Parton's distinctive look has been a central component of her public persona throughout her storied career. But the origins of her style might surprise some fans. In a recent interview with People magazine, Dolly revealed some unexpected influences. Quote, "I was influenced by those early days with women that I would see, like the loose women in our town, or just people that I'd see in magazines and the Fredericks of Hollywood catalog. I mean, that just spoke to me." This fascination with provocative fashion began early in Dolly's life. In her book Dream More, she recalls being captivated by the appearance of a local woman who was often referred to as trash.
I never called her name. I never really got to know her really, because I don't think her family probably knew she was a hoe.
That track isn't on any of the albums.
Quote, I often tell the story of how I thought the most beautiful woman in the county was the woman most people called trash. In my eyes, with her big dyed hair, her bright red nails, her feet squeezed tight into her high heel shoes, and all her paint and perfume, she was just perfect. Dolly's admiration for this bold, unapologetic style would shape her own image as she entered the music industry. But her fashion choices weren't always well received, especially by her family. Family reactions to Dolly's style. While Dolly's flashy style eventually became her trademark, it initially caused some friction within her family. In an interview with The Guardian, Dolly revealed that her father and grandfather, who was a preacher, strongly disapproved of her outfits. Her grandfather even went as far as to physically discipline her for her clothing choices. Despite the disapproval, Dolly remained committed to her vision. Quote, I'm very sensitive. I didn't like being disciplined. It hurt my feelings so bad to be scolded or whipped or whatever. But sometimes there's just that part of you that's willing, if you want something bad enough, to go for it. Evolution of Dolly's style.
I've often made this statement that I would never stoop so low as to be fashionable. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. So I just decided that I would do something that would at least get the attention. Once they got past the shock of the ridiculous way I looked and all that, then they would see there was parts of me to be appreciated. I'm very real.
Over the decades, Dolly's style has evolved while remaining true to its flamboyant roots. From her early days of DIY makeup using pokeberries for lipstick and burnt matchsticks for eyeliner to her current status as a fashion icon, Dolly's look has always been distinctively her own. In her new book, Behind the Seams, My Life in Rhinestones, Dolly offers fans a glimpse into her vast wardrobe, which she stores in big warehouses on her property. Quote, I have storage bins that people think are stables. When they come by my house, they'll see all these huge buildings and they think, oh, I didn't know you were into horses. And I say, no, I've just been horsing around all these years and those are my clothes. This extensive collection, featuring 450 full-color photographs, showcases the evolution of Dolly's style throughout her career. The impact of Dolly's image. Dolly's unique style has become an integral part of her brand and appeal. Despite occasional pressure to tone down her look, she's remained steadfast in her commitment to her image. As she told Elle magazine, quote, it was about me knowing who I was, being happy with me, and feeling comfortable in the way I presented myself. If I was happy, I could make other people happy. That's how I've always looked at it, that if I look totally artificial, but I am totally real as a writer and as a professional, as a human being, a rhinestone shines just as good as a diamond. This philosophy has served Dolly well throughout her career, endearing her to fans and setting her apart in the entertainment industry. Dolly's style as self-expression.
I'll look as young as my plastic surgeons will allow me, and it's like all in makeup and lighting and all that. But I think more than anything, it's about what comes from inside you. It's an attitude, and you know, you got to shine from within, and sometimes that can make you feel young and make you seem young to other people.
For Dolly, her appearance has always been about more than just fashion. It's a form of self-expression and a reflection of her personality. She said to People magazine, I was never one to care as much about what other people thought of me as I felt about what I thought of me, because I felt if I was comfortable in whatever I was wearing, then people would be comfortable around me. This confidence and comfort in her own skin have allowed Dolly to push boundaries and challenge conventions throughout her career. Her willingness to embrace an over-the-top image has become a source of inspiration for many fans who admire her authenticity and boldness. The legacy of Dolly's style. Today, Dolly's style is recognized and celebrated worldwide. It's inspired countless fans, influenced fashion trends, and has been the subject of academic study. It's hard to imagine Dolly any other way. While she once considered changing her look after filming The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, feeling she might have outgrown her signature style, Dolly ultimately chose to stay true to the image she had created. This decision has proven a wise one, as her distinctive appearance continues to captivate audiences and set her apart in the entertainment industry. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think about Dolly Parton's iconic style? Have you ever had a case of mistaken identity that led to an unforgettable story? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.